Today on Channel 8, we will cover the closings that will affect you this holiday weekend.
2 ASU students were arrested this past weekend. Stay tuned to find out why.
And ASU has a new student body president. We'll tell you more later in the show. Good evening and welcome to Channel A. I'm Amber Marshall.
And I'm Nakia Hewitt.
We hope you tune in weekly for a review of events at ASU. With the Easter holiday coming up, many things around App State's campus and Watauga County will be closed early this Sunday. A few will shut their doors on Friday and normal business hours will continue next week. This includes the Watauga County Courthouse and the Public Library. Normal business hours will continue throughout the holiday at most banks, the post office, and the Watauga County's old landfill convenience center. Apple Cart will not operate on Sunday or Monday, and Watauga County schools will close for spring break starting Monday, April 1st, and resume on Thursday, April 4th.
2 Appalachian State students were arrested earlier this week after Caldwell County sheriffs seized more than 100 marijuana plants from their home in Lenoir. Senior Jordan Holder and junior Elizabeth Roden are both charged with multiple felonies, including intent to sell, manufacturing, and maintaining a dwelling to store marijuana. Deputies reported the plant as well as drug paraphernalia were in plain sight after being called to the home for a welfare check. A citizen reported the door to the home had been standing open for 2 days with no signs of residents. Holder was arrested in Boone on Monday and Roden turned herself in Wednesday. Officials said the marijuana plants seized are worth more than $250,000. Since 1952, Horn in the West has brought an outdoor performance that delights tourists and locals alike. However, due to weather, the Horn in the West may be closing its curtains this year. Channel A's Carly Natvig investigated further.
Horn in the West tells the story of Boone's namesake. It's one of the oldest outdoor revolutionary dramas in the country. People from all over come to see it over the summer. But now, this long-standing tradition has an uncertain future. Recent financial problems have caused uncertainty about Horn's future. $20,000 was needed in order to open Horn this summer. The Southern Appalachian Historical Association chairwoman, Michelle Ligon, talks about where these financial problems are coming from.
We had a rainier season than normal last year, and we were already trying to recover from a rainy season in 2011. So those 2 years kind of started a decrease in our attendance.
With the possibility of no show this summer, Appalachian student Jake Daly worried about his job with Horn.
I hadn't auditioned for anything else. I didn't have any other plans for the summer. So when they were discussing about possibly closing it for this summer, I was worried whether or not I would still have this.
However, the jobs at Horn do appear to still be safe.
There will be a show this summer. We have reached out to the town to let them know about our situation. I hear rumors that the local governments are going to be able to help us out to some extent.
Jake Daly is glad to hear that the show will go on.
It's like a characteristic of Boone. So to get rid of it would be to kind of take away such a defining characteristic of Boone in the summer.
Despite recent troubles, Horn in the West remains optimistic about the future.
We would also like to one day be able to implement a second show on the main stage.
For Channel A News, I'm Carly Natvig.
Alumni Brad and Carol Wilson of Raleigh have made a pledge of $3 million to the university. The Wilsons are both members of the class of 1975 and co-chairs of Appalachian's comprehensive funding campaign. The donation will continue to the Wilson Scholars Program, which will be a merit scholarship program of commitment, academic achievement, character, leadership, and service. To honor the Wilsons, the new Honors and Student Leadership and Residential Hall complex on campus will be named the Brad and Carol Wilson Honors and Engagement Community. This scholarship fund will begin in the 2014-2015 academic year.
On Tuesday, Dylan Russell and Michael Page were elected SGA president and vice president. Despite only an 11% student population turnout, the two earned more than 1,500 votes, quadrupling the amount received by their competition. They also named their campaign manager, Adam Mazzell, chief of staff. Russell said they want to promote SGA more to the student body and plan on using the new director of elections position to do so. The new officers will be accepting resumes to fill their cabinet in the SGA office until April 12th.
Coming up, Channel A asked the students their Easter traditions.
And stay tuned to hear about how spring is finally making its way to Boone.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
The Easter holiday varies from person to person. Some visit family, others go to church, and some simply enjoy the time off. Channel A's Kaylee Jones asked students what their Easter tradition is.
Holidays come with many traditions. We set out to find out what traditions Appalachian State students would be celebrating this Easter weekend.
When I was born and younger, I would get little Cheerios and chocolate chips and all of my Easter eggs, and they were all labeled with a Z for Zoe, so all the other cousins knew not to take my healthy eggs. And now I like to treat myself to a pedicure with my mom, and that's my Easter.
My Easter tradition was my mom would hide an Easter basket throughout the house, and me and my sister would have to go find it.
Well, for Easter, I usually do go home. We used to do an egg hunt when I was little, but we don't really do that anymore. But we always have like a ham dinner, honey maple style ham, and usually some green bean casserole, some mashed potatoes, a little cornbread, sometimes some pumpkin pie if I can convince my mom to make it.
If I was going home for Easter, my mom would make me lots of Greek food.
Every Easter, we go to church in the morning, and then we go downstairs. My mom already has her Easter baskets out, even though we're all over the age of 20. And then when we get home, we have a little bit of a breakfast, and my mom makes a huge meal, and my grandmother comes over.
I don't really have an Easter tradition. I don't live at home, and I go away to school, so I'm going to hang out with some friends in Asheville over Easter break. When I was little, I'd go to church with my parents, and so it's a bit different this year.
I go to church.
I pick up eggs.
I don't have many Easter traditions. Instead, I normally relax, take the time to relax and reflect on how the year's gone.
My family and I, we go to a spot called Pretty Place. It's a chapel looking out the mountains in the Eastern Continental Divide in Greenville, North Carolina. And we go to a service and just have lunch together.
So typically I don't do anything, and I know this year specifically I'm staying here at school and doing research projects.
Well, usually the Easter Bunny brings me candy every morning, and I wake up and there's an Easter basket with my name on it and lots of candy in it. And now that I'm older and don't really eat that much candy, I'm on a diet, I usually just give it to my little brother. And then we gotta go out to brunch together at the country club.
For Channel A News, I'm Kaylee Jones.
Could spring finally be making a comeback in the high country? Mason Bilson has the weather. Mason?
Thanks. Well, spring's not quite completely here yet. Though it is staying a little bit warmer, we're going to have a few highs up in the 50s for the next couple of weekends, but the cold weather is coming back. As you can see, we have a little bit of low pressure systems out in the western coast. We will have rain across a lot of Central America coming in here. And then In the North Carolina region, we're going to have a lot of rain in the southeastern region. But, as you can see when you switch to the regional map, that it's not going to stay for quite as long. Let's see, we have mostly highs in the 60s across most of North Carolina, but the weather is going to stay relatively nice for the next couple of days. If you're traveling back home, maybe time to bust out the shorts. Moving on to the high country map, we're going to see a lot colder weathers the higher we move up in altitude. Up northwestern Virginia and southern Tennessee is going to be staying temperatures right around Boone in the mid-30s. As we move on to the 5-day forecast, we can see that there will be a high of 59 and a low of 30 on Saturday and a slight chance of rain. Moving on to Sunday, we'll have a high of 52 and a low of 45, and you still got to keep an eye out for that rain. On to Monday, we'll have a high of 63 and a low of 30. Tuesday, the sun's going to poke its head out a little bit, high of 41 and a low of 23. Wednesday is also going to keep with the nice weather, but make sure to keep those coats out because it's not quite spring yet.
After the break, Andrew Gibson will tell you about Appalachian State's move to the Sun Belt.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Appalachian State University Chancellor Dr. Ken Peacock announced on Wednesday that the university's athletics program will join the Sun Belt Conference effective July 1st, 2014. With the move to the Sun Belt, Appalachian State's highly successful football program will transition to college football's highest level of competition, the NCAA Division I Football Bowl Subdivision. Formed in 1976, the Sun Belt Conference is one of 11 conferences that sponsor NCAA Division I FBS football. Since 2007, the Sun Belt ranks 5th out of the 11 FBS conferences in postseason bowl game winning percentage, ranking ahead of the ACC, the Pac-12, and the Big Ten. The Sun Belt reached to new heights on the gridiron in 2012 when it finished with the most non-conference wins in conference history and sent a league record 4 teams to bowl games. Appalachian State joined current Southern Conference rival Georgia Southern, which also accepted an invitation to join the Sun Belt on Wednesday. As the newest conference member, Georgia Southern also joins Appalachian State as well. The Sun Belt is currently slated to have 12 full-time members when Appalachian and Georgia Southern join the ranks for the 2014 academic year. This fall, Appalachian State will play a full Southern Conference schedule, but as a result of the transition, will not be eligible to participate in the NCAA Division I football postseason. Appalachian will also be ineligible to officially win the Southern Conference title. In 2014, Appalachian State will play a full Sun Belt Conference schedule and will be eligible to win the Sun Belt Championship. This move will be pricey with an estimated $5 billion annual increase in athletics budget, $1 million entry fee into the Sun Belt, and a $600,000 exit fee from the SoCon. Chancellor Peacock assures us that this money will not come out of the students' pockets and that this is the right decision for the Mountaineers. This is a new era for Appalachian. And also elsewhere in Mountaineer sports, they're not stopping this holiday weekend. Baseball, softball, and men's tennis are all on the go this weekend, starting with a home baseball game this afternoon that started earlier today, and the team will also play Wofford again tomorrow and on Sunday. Women's softball will enjoy a more tropical weekend as they face the College of Charleston. And there's your look at Channel A Sports.
Great. So, Andrew, do you think that this move to the Sun Belt is a good thing for Appalachian?
I think it's a great idea because what it does is it brings a ton of national exposure to this program. As Charlie Cobb, the athletics director, said, the status quo was not acceptable with the Southern Conference. I think the vision going forward is very bright for Appalachian.
Great. Great. Well, after the break, we'll hear about the egg extravaganza that went on this past weekend.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig. So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Despite the recent snow, this past Saturday, the Jones House hosted the annual Easter Egg Extravaganza. The extravaganza is a springtime celebration and a chance for families and friends to get together and enjoy the beginning of spring. Highlighting the excitement of the extravaganza was the Easter egg hunt. Children searched for candy-filled eggs and even a limited number of golden eggs, which could be traded in for a prize. The annual event is supported by the Town of Boone, Downtown Boone Development Association, the Jones House, and the Watauga Library.
So, do any of you have any Easter traditions you're really excited about for this weekend?
I'm definitely excited to get an Easter basket filled with candy.
Do you get an Easter basket, Mason?
No, but I do enjoy painting the eggs.
There you go. I'm looking forward to that too. I don't know if I'll get a basket this year.
I'm always left out. I never get an Easter basket. I'm sort of disappointed about it.
You can go and buy some chocolate from Walmart. That could be the trick this year.
Could suffice, yeah.
Thank you for tuning into Channel A. Have a safe holiday weekend and enjoy your travels. Are you leaving tonight or tomorrow?
I'm heading out tonight.
Good, good. I know that a lot of you are probably on the road now, so just continue to stay safe. Watch this, I guess, later tonight. But I'm not headed out until tomorrow, so I know there's a lot of events and concerts going on in the Boone area tonight, which I'm definitely looking forward to. So the weather this weekend, though, not looking so great on Sunday, or?
Well, the weather's looking great, but, thank you for tuning in and catching us. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.